snowstorm. We've done it since 85 trucks, 8 of them. So it's got a lot of advantages. Similar to the Kubota, we put some money in the Kubota when we bought the Kubota. We found out it saved us money grading, saved us all sorts of labor, removing snow. It was strictly a winner. If you choose your equipment right, it's a winner. And I think we could win. You could save money on salt with the ground speed control, and also hauling gravel, be an extra construction truck. Well, the money appropriated for us to fix that Severy Hill Road, we got a long haul up there with 2 trucks. We had 3 trucks that sure helped us out. Got a haul.
When was the last time the truck moved? I've seen it parked there since it plowed its last road and hasn't moved. That's kind of my point. It doesn't go anywhere. I watched it last summer.
But when we go to Severy Hill, we don't have any else. I'll run that truck. I have run.
Okay, thank you. Let me get on track here. I've got you. Yes, you're up next, and then you're up next. And then you.
In your previous comments, you talked about wanting to go solve priorities, save money, treat the roads right. You go to a new truck, the ground treat system, the salt application method, and save you money, and treat the roads right. You talked about using a 14-year-old truck, why they're not using it to go ditching. If they had a new truck, I can almost bet you dollars to donuts they would be using it to go ditching because it's not a 14-year-old wore-out truck. The average life expectancy of a plow truck in the state of Maine is roughly 10 years. If you get 12, you're doing pretty darn good. You start running a 14-year-old truck every day, it's going to cost this town more money than that new truck will in the long run.
Can I respond to that first?
Thank you. Good response.
I agree. No disrespect, but I talked to the person who bought the last town truck that they get rid of, and they used it to plow roads for 4 years with putting minimal in it. They love the truck. This is why what I said, it's worth researching it. I understand the 14 years. To solve priority, I understand going to a course doesn't make me an expert, but I spent the day at a course with, what is the word I'm looking for? Road scholars, explaining to me my questions and answering back to me what my questions were, so I would get the information. Don't claim to be an expert at it, but what I observed, and I asked them the questions. So like the truck, it is, we can put ground speed control on that truck, outfit it, run it for a little bit more. If the truck was run every day, like I said, I've been watching the truck. I've been looking around, keeping an eye on what goes on.
But if you're on this truck, you're probably looking at it every day because the new truck's not a 14-year-old wore-out truck.
And I have people that have brand new trucks that are telling me they're getting tired of having them haul $600 a shock to get them fixed because they're computerized and they shut down. With the minimal, so it's a catch-22. Where do you want to spend your money?
Okay, I want follow-up questions, but not a debate, okay? All right, would you like a follow-up question? Okay, so, Dave, did you want to, I allow the town officials the liberty to respond, to educate us. Are you all set?
I'm all set.
Okay, good. So then I've got you, and then you. Yes, you're next. You're right.
I guess I'm trying to get a clarity of this article. You're asking that you're looking for us to agree to a principal amount not to exceed $150. It doesn't mean that we're going to spend $150,000. Is that correct?
That's correct.
So we're looking at, that's our maximum amount. He's already stated that if he wanted a state-of-the-art truck, we were going to spend $175,000. He's already trying to go under that amount, but he doesn't even say that he's going to go to $150,000. So if we approve this, it doesn't mean that we're approving $150,000. We're approving up to it. We may be $100,000 or whatever. If all of a sudden, God forbid, somebody does have a nice used one that they've gotten rid of, it would work for us.
Thank you. Norman, I know that she's been patient up there. Can I allow her to? Yes.
I would like to move the question.
Okay. Yeah. Okay. I have a motion to move the question and a second. So, I need 2/3 vote to end debate. All those in favor of ending debate? All those opposed? Motion carries. So you're voting on the Article 23 as read. All those in favor? All those opposed? Motion carries. Article 24, to see what's estimated sum of money the town will vote to appropriate from revenue sources for the purpose of reducing the amount needed from taxation. The initiated request was for $444,763, and the two recommendations are $685,171. May I have a motion?
I move the selectmen's recommendation.
Okay, do I have a second? Is that a second?
Sure, but I have one.
Okay, I have a second of that, and a question. Yes?
I don't remember ever this breakout before. Is this new?
No,
It's not new?
no.
Was it written at the beginning of the whole meeting? Is this where we put flat funds and budget? This is our habit, but how can we vote if we don't know what we're going to pull in, right?
We don't know what we're going to pull, and that's why it's estimated. But with these things are all estimates, but what we pull in we'll use to reduce taxation.
Oh, I just don't remember it broken out line by line.
Yeah, we have-
It was in past warrants.
I have last year's warrant, yeah, it is. It was Article 24 last year, broken up like that. Yeah, thank you.
Yep, what do we do if the $240,000 of municipal revenue sharing doesn't come in, but comes in at zero? As there's a bill in the legislature to have it at zero, what do we do to make up that lost revenue?
All of these revenues, when they are known, get applied against the tax rate. We're just estimating here. Anything could change in this list.
Okay, so you're looking at, if we do lose the $240,000, you're looking at a tax rate increase of $1.5 million.
And that all depends on what the assessor comes in with the values.
Okay, yeah, what's that?
Follow up. You did mention just a little while ago that $150,000 $1 million.
Currently, in this year's,
So
in this
it's not
year's with known costs of
$240,000,
values.
about $1.5 million.
But we don't know what the values are going to be next year.
I understand. Let's say everything's equal. It's not
If
200.
everything is equal, then you're correct. 157 is a mill.
Okay,
So
let's, you're beating around the bush on the things that.
Okay, now, once again, I'm gonna-
direct
yeah.
answers, and you beat around the bush.
Okay, thank you. You, all set. Other questions, comments? Any other questions, comments on this? Seeing none, I'm going to call for a vote. What are we voting on? 685, 171? All those in favor? All those opposed? Motion carries. It's good to have humility, what the boss tells me. Article 25, shall the town appropriate the sum of $83,120 from undesignated funds surplus to be used for the repair of sidewalks, along with funds from a Maine Department of Transportation sidewalk grant, and the anticipated amount of $288,232. Recommendation is yes. May I have a vote?
Move the selectmen's recommendation.
I have a motion for the selectmen's recommendation.
I'd like to make an amendment to that.
Okay, yeah, you can, just need a second. I have a second for the, for it as read. Let me just look at this on you. You're next to talk. I just need to know if it can be amended. Can that be amended?
there's it's either yes or no.
It's not to see what sum.
Yeah, it's not to see what sum, it's for that amount, just like.
Yeah, I'm sorry, I can't accept an amendment because it doesn't say. You'd like to make a recommendation that we vote no, okay? Yeah, so we have a comment that says please vote no. Now, I know it's getting late, and but I just need, the hardest part of my job is to ask people just to be courteous and refrain from side conversations, because the person that has the floor, it's very unnerving to them. So please be courteous. Thank you. And I think you're up next. You have the floor.
Somebody describe this sidewalk, what you want us to pay $83,000 for.
Okay. You have the floor. Yes. Gee.
This is actually a couple of projects that will, well, if this goes through, then we're gonna have almost not new sidewalks, but we'll have all our sidewalks repaired and up to date throughout the town. This summer, if I can just give a little background, the selectmen voted to include as part of the Main Street project overlays of the sidewalks. So all our downtown sidewalks are going to be overlaid as part of the reconstruction of Route 2 in downtown Dixfield. What we're asking for here is money to match federal funds in order to build new sidewalks from the superintendent's office on Nash Street to Weld, and then from Weld up to the middle school. There's a lot of pedestrian traffic there, and they would be totally new sidewalks. The road itself would be tarred on that side to accommodate drainage. And the other thing that we hope to do is to repair, redo the sidewalks on the westerly side of Wells Street from Main Street. I think it goes just beyond the funeral home, I think is where that sidewalk ends. So all of our sidewalks would essentially either be new or rehabbed at this point. We're asking to take the money out of surplus funds so it doesn't affect your upcoming tax rate. And we think that this is a project that's going to enhance and beautify and make the town a little bit more safe.
Thank you. Yes.
Yeah, I just had a comment, question on this. I know that it's kind of tied to something we already voted on, but it seems kind of, I don't know how to say this, funny to me that this town would spend $83,000 on sidewalks when you can't drive up the Severy Hill Road in East Dixfield in the spring. I took videos of it. I sunk my boots up to the tops of my boots in a town road. I called Mr. Thayer. The school bus was stuck in that road that Monday morning. I think that's a shame. 40 people live up there on that road. I think our money could be spent somewhere else much better than this.
Thank you. Yes.
I agree. I think our roads need a lot more attention than the sidewalks in this town. One thing that happens in this town, everything happens in town, beautify the town, you forget about all the people on the side roads that pay heavily taxes also. So when you vote on this, think about the people on the outskirts of the town, what we've been living with for all these years without. So we ought to take care of our roads before we think about building new sidewalks.
Thank you. Yes.
Yeah, I think the select board allowed me to take some road repairs and do a good repair on that severy hill, that section he was talking about. I think it was about $7,000. We're in the process so that now we put leak pipes in there and we removed all the tailings that we put down. Now we're going to put 18 inches of gravel on top of that 600-foot section. Just to be honest, part of the road reserves, I think we did quite a bit of work on the Porter Road because of the bridge job, and what was it, 1,400 feet of roadway we replaced 13, plus we pressure grouted that bridge and saved a bunch of money on that so that we could do that washout. There's like $17,000 left to pave from where the state's entryway was down to Newton Brook, and that was the last part of that.
Our
That road there. You know, if you look at the road's breaking up, it needs to be repaved.
That's what I'm saying, we need to worry about our roads.
But that's in those road reserves. I'm pretty sure that's in those road reserves.
Thank you. Yes.
I was just curious on the sidewalk, how much of that would we have done if we didn't have the matching funds? Was there a plan in place to do some of that already?
The big project, the new sidewalks, I'm not sure that we could do without the matching funds because it's, I think we're only paying 20% of the project, so the matching funds are very important to that. The west side of Weld Street, I'm trying to think if that came in around 35 to 40.
We were trying to gear that engine because the state was looking for a project to tie in
Right.
with the road that went, 142 is a state maintained road. They were going to do those shoulders up through the Wild Funeral Home, and then along with that, then we tie in the sidewalk up. Same thing we did on the east side, over by Pizzazz that goes up to Harlow Park. Be the same type of project.
So we're saying we were going to spend roughly half of that? anyway, or 30,000, or to understand what we would have spent, and how
Well,
all we're
if-
spending
if-
because of one dimension.
If you don't vote this in, then the sidewalk projects go away.